What's up guys, back in today with another reaction on the channel, and today I'll be reacting to Berserk volume 24, the chapters, got a little bit too ready there, the Astral World and Magic Stone. Last time out we had mention of the Spirit Tree, which brought up some beautiful settings. We ended up having a lot of fun moments throughout, but it was quite a fun fight as well with the golems. But yeah, we ended up getting invited in, meeting this Master Witch, who again I was quite surprised to see is actually the master of Scheirke, I think her name was. I was expecting Scheirke to be kind of a solo kind of little girl surviving as a witch, and I think we've seen plenty of that, like Astral and obviously Guts as a kid as well, but I expected her maybe to be the same, but yeah, it turns out it's quite the different situation than I was expecting. And this woman does seem to know at least something about Guts and Scheirke, as she did seem a little bit suspect at the end of last episode. She seems like a nice woman, but yeah, definitely something a little bit sus about her. Do let me know what you guys do think of these chapters though down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date with these reactions. I'm also really looking forward to Astral and Scheirke, and their I don't really care too much if they have a relationship or not or any of that stuff, but just as kind of purely fun characters, I'm looking forward to seeing them interact a bit more. I think Scheirke might do well to have a little bit of kind of fun and a bit of a Astral in her life. Yeah, let's get right into the Astral World, guys. I just paused my music. You've been waiting? Then you knew about us? Again, just love this saying. It's so awesome, isn't it? Natural, but also you can kind of tell it's almost like witchcraft, kind of magically made. It just looks amazing, doesn't it? Like the perfect treehouse. Would you guys live here if you had the choice to? Falcon of the Millennium Empire arc, the Holy Evil War chapter, the Astral World. Yes, they of the brand, guided by tiny wings. Is that in reference to Puck? Or is she saying that they're like little angels? I'm going to take that as a reference to Puck right here, but they of the brand, guided by tiny wings. I have awaited you. He knows about the brand. Could she be an apostle? No, but this feeling. Yeah, as we see here, it's not bleeding, so. Although, I think we have seen a reaction from the brand to magic, if I'm right in saying that. I might be misremembering there, but I think that maybe does kind of suggest that this magic is maybe not pure magic, but maybe it is kind of demonic in essence, and is kind of brought about from the astral world, the other side, and the powers there kind of being brought over or something like that. Again, I'm not too well versed in the power system / terminology of this manga, or any bit of fiction in general. To be honest with you, I'm not one of those guys that absolutely researches everything and looks up every reference or stuff like that. I'm just here to enjoy it. That's the thing though I find in a lot of my videos. I know that a lot of the people that do watch, especially my reaction videos, well, that's pretty much all I do, but are the kind of major big fans, and that they do know pretty much everything about the series, so they help me out a lot, but also I can imagine them maybe get a little bit pissed off if I do forget stuff like that, just because they know it off by heart and stuff. So always take like a bit of criticism with a pinch of salt and stuff. No, but this feeling, it aches faintly, but something's different. They of the brand? Old woman, who the hell? One moment. His story is of the higher priority. Your story is of trolls. Yes. I'm anxious about them too. Trolls originate from the astral world. Rarely should they even be seen by humans, much less attack their homes. Almost like a bit of an explanation for like Yeti sightings and stuff like that, and troll sightings and maybe the Loch Ness monster and stuff like that throughout time, if you know what I'm saying. Like this universe could kind of almost bend into ours and explaining some of that stuff if you wanted to see it that way. Obviously it's a lot more prominent at this time in history right here in this manga, but maybe again like 100 years to a couple hundred years in the future of this, we have the real world, if you know what I'm saying. And you still got people seeing kind of sightings of giant monsters in the woods and stuff. Every now and then the astral world leaks into ours. Well, in that case, unfortunately, I cannot assist you. Why does she say his story is of a higher priority, which it is, and then just deny him? I mean, yeah, seems a bit mean, honestly. But she is just being honest, so I cannot assist you. How come? This old body has neither the strength nor the time left to leave this place. So she might be alone soon. Doesn't look all that old, but I think they did mention that she is kind of much older than she looks, I think. Again, I think in general with witches, that's a bit of a trope, isn't it? The way you talk, it sounds like you're gonna die. Oh dear. What? If looks could kill. You're a bit insensitive. Yeah, probably should. This is just a kid thing. Shout out what you think as soon as it comes into your head. And I was like this quite a lot. As the boy says, my time of death draws near. Now I simply wait quietly for it. Oh dear. Ah, and how in the world will we be? No need to worry. I cannot go myself, but I can have one go in my stead. Scheirke, be of service to them. Whoa, big job. Mistress, no, it is high time for you too to put your training into practice. But hey now, you chicken. I am not. How vulgar. Twerp. I think it's just nice for both of these just to have another kid near them, if you know what I'm saying. Just not have this kind of. Obviously, they're in a very kind of got to grow up quick situation. You've got to be an adult situation right now. So it's nice to have them actually have that familiar childhood friend of sorts. I mean, they're not really too friendly right now, but just another kid near them, if you know what I'm saying. It's only natural. Whereas I imagine both of them have been away from that kind of environment for a long time. As I said, you're kind of made to grow up very early in this series. So it's nice to just have a little outburst like this. But yeah, the best way to learn, in my opinion, well, not always, but in most cases, is just to put yourself out there. Just do it. All that practice, just put it into practice. See how it goes, pick things up as you go. Could I ask all of you, please, to assist my disciple? Whoa. I understand you're worried about your favourite student, but we've got no obligation to go that far. Sorry. But we've got to stick to our journey. Naturally, I do not ask your help for free. I think I might be of some use to you as well. Upon your return, I shall produce talismans to protect you on the rest of your journey. Nice. So is that going to be like a little bit like the barrier that we saw Scheirke make, hopefully, and kind of give us a protection from the spirits, at least at night and stuff, so they won't be won't have to have sleepless nights. A bit of give and take. I'm kind of foreseeing that perhaps this woman passes away and we take Scheirke on and we kind of journey with her. Perhaps that's how she becomes part of the crew. That would make sense. I think she might be, and funny enough, she might be a little bit kind of apprehensive to join us, but it can only be good for both parties. I think I mentioned that a few times. But yeah, I like this shot here, kind of almost showing us a bit of a talisman, but also kind of showing us the barrier of protection that we'd have. What's a talisman? It's a charm. Charms? Ain't that all in your head? How rude. Talismans made by the Magi. Magi. Made by the Magi are not the same as superstitions. I'm going to say made by the mages. Even among them, my mistresses are special. Ignoramuses just don't understand. Ignore, regretfully. Lay off already. The cursed power of that brand defies imagination. Erasing it is beyond my power. However, weakening the intensity of its power should reduce the evil spirits it can draw, or at least protect you against yourselves becoming possessed. Exclamation mark. That would be helpful. That sounds really good actually for Guts as well. Considering what happened. You can do that? Do you reckon she knows what happened? I kind of have a feeling she does. That's the kind of the killer of the argument, of the exchange, should I say, not argument, of the exchange right there. That's the kind of final point that it takes to sell to Guts. You can do that? However, due to the immense power of the curse, there is a time limit to the potency of the talisman. Even so, it should hold on for the duration of your journey. It will protect against that. That is a sick shot though, isn't it? That's a sick shot. That is a sick shot. Oh, okay. So that's what the brand does. No wonder they swarm every night. Really? But now I figured that out. Have you been on this journey with them not even knowing that? Yeah. Is that foolish or daring? So that's why. I knew why. I mean, it's not really that important, is it? The why. The fact is that it is happening. So I'm with you, Isidro, to be honest. You didn't really need to know that. Oh, looks like Casca got a bit bricked up. The Guts looking at her again. Okay. I accept. Are we going to ask this woman how she knows about us? Negotiation complete. Indeed. To be fair, I do get more good vibes from her now. I feel like she's, again, perhaps this is not just a bargain for that, but a bargain for these guys to maybe look after Scheirke after she passes for a while. Just till she kind of handle herself, perhaps. Thank you so much. Hey, this is getting interesting. Oh, bother. Brute slaying, eh? Mistress? Why bother? Extend greetings to everyone, Scheirke. Looks a little bit sad, a little bit disappointed, upset, a little bit scared as well, I think. It is nice to meet all of you. Yeah, leave it to us. There's something I owe those things. I'm talking revenge. Quite funny. They're both like little mechas in a way. Puck controlling Isidro, and I forget this one's name, but at the top of Scheirke. Well, try not to get in the way, little witch apprentice. Someone holds a grudge. That's baiting. Well, Puck looks resolved. Now prepare the evening meal, Scheirke. Sorry. Now prepare the evening meal, Scheirke. Yes, mistress. And the medicated bath. Oh, a bath. Look at Serpico's little smile at that. Yeah, a bath must be a nice thing in this universe. I think I did read up that people in these times did have one like once a year, if they were lucky or something like that. Did you guys hear about that story about that guy that didn't, I'm not sure if it's even true, but that guy that didn't wash or bathe or anything for like 70 years or something, and like a couple of days after he had a bath, he died. Just poetic, isn't it? People will be sure to tell you what the right thing is for you without really knowing, and then that happens. Well, you should always take a bit of pinch of salt with every kind of, again, you should trust people, you should take their advice, you should get help, especially if they're experienced, but you shouldn't always listen to everything, even if it does sound right. You must all be tired from your long journey. Please rest easy for the night and depart tomorrow. Scheirke too has various preparations to make. Yeah, that's the thing I think about being a witch and stuff, isn't it? There's a lot of preparation with like potions and elixirs and learning of spells. I think in general there's a lot of more preparation than you'd think of being a witch and just magically kind of casting a spell or whatever. Wait a minute. If you know about the brand, you should also know that no need to worry. This mansion is protected by talismans as well. I guarantee safety for the night. You may rest easy. Okay, I'm still kind of wondering about the power of these talismans. And I mean, it's Guts and Scheirke. I mean, I don't think their brand is different from any other brand or anything, but I mean, I'm still a bit worried that, even like she kind of said, they're not, these talismans and such don't work forever, and that, like, I don't feel 100% safe is what I'm trying. I feel about 90% safe. There's still that kind of area for something to go wrong, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, beautifully lit shot here of the mansion. Really cool stuff. So I have a bit of a feast. Well, not really a feast, but a bit of food. I think the feasts are reserved for the Is it patriarchy? I don't really know the word for it. Royalty and upper class people and stuff. Don't really ever actually see anything like that with these guys. Although it looks like Isidro's having a feast right there. Gom gom. This is nutritious. I don't think I've ever had a meal of nothing but nuts and leaves. It's enough. Nuts and leaves. It does look like there's quite a lot there. There's nuts and I don't really see many leaves. Again, it's like we're having a dinner party out in the wild, isn't it? All this all these plants around us. These exotic plants. Old lady, back to what we were talking about. You said you were waiting for us. What's that supposed to mean? How do you know about the brand? Yeah, this is what I said a minute ago. I need to ask her these questions, honestly. There was an oracle from a friend in the astral world. I don't like that. A friend in the astral world? They of the brand will visit this forest guided by tiny wings. I want you to lend them a hand. So that was in reference to Puck and his kind of almost leading of this journey to go to his homeland. I want you to lend them a hand. Who is this friend though? The last oracle I think we saw was in the last arc, wasn't it? Right at the start, where they depicted like what would happen to Midland, the downfall, the plague, and we had all that revelation stuff, which they pretty much called 100% oracle. Though I'm the one being helped now, so it's reversed. Lend a hand? Who the hell said? Who in the astral world would help us? I imagine there's plenty that wouldn't want to help us. Don't know. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. That's a cute little shot at the bottom there. Get to that in a minute though. Hey, what's that astral world thing? Put it simply, the afterlife. Oh shit. Could it be Godo, perhaps? That's like the only person that's like sprung right to mind. Oh, I say that there's been plenty of our companions die, but I don't know why Godo just brought Frank to mind. Probably not. Who else though? Skull Knight. Who knows? Last one. You can't have them all. Due to the cursed power of the brand, you all have been rendered able to keenly sense ethereal bodies. How do you say that? Ethereal? Yeah, I think it's ethereal. Doesn't sound right though, does it? Ethereal. I've always said ethereal when I've seen that word. I think it is quite a common word with ghosts and stuff. But I guess it's ethereal. Which sounds like a weird word, doesn't it? To keenly sense ethereal bodies unseen by the naked eye. Are ethereal bodies ghosts? There is a trinity, in which our world is overlapped by the existence of two other worlds. One is known commonly as the world of spirits, the astral world. The other is the soul of origin. The other is the soul of the origin of all existence, the world of idea. I don't know too much about that one, honestly. The other is the soul of the origin of all the existence of the world. Wait, sorry. It's a long ass title, isn't it? The soul of the origin of all existence, the world of idea. That's quite a lot to take in, isn't it? I imagine if I was at this table, I'd just be like, fucking, what did you just say? Soul of the origin of all existence. The world of idea. That's a little complicated. It sure is. That's a little complicated. But it comes down to ghosts, right? Ain't they a little too lively? They're all sticky like snot. Makes me sick. Vulgar. Those are ethereal bodies that your ethereal body's perceiving. They're saying this word a lot. As I said, it's quite a weird word to say. They're saying this word a lot. If an ethereal body is sensed strongly enough, your physical body will see it and touch it as if it were a real thing. Amateurs cannot tell one from the other. Might that mean elves and trolls are inhabitants of that same astral world? Many people over the ages have recognized this fact as reality, and because their world view continues to be passed down, we are able to perceive, see, and touch these little ones. Yeah, so that links as to why we're seeing these little fairies, little elves. Yeah, that's a really cute shot right here. Long ago, it was quite there's a lot of text in this chapter, isn't there? Long ago, it was quite natural to believe in the existence of elves, but with the spread of the doctrine of the Holy See, of one universal worldview, those can see them have dwindled. Oh, so that's a bit of a thing I didn't really see till now. Then the Holy See actually making it so the people, the normal everyday people, don't actually realise what's going on. I mean, that makes a lot of sense, because that happens a lot in the real world as well. But yeah, they're trying to blind people to the truth again. It just happens all the time. Our day and age, doesn't it? Yeah, literally making them blind to the truth. So many of the elves who can no longer interact with humans have faded away to some place in the astral world. Aha, so that's why Farney couldn't see me at first. But now she's seen enough scary stuff. That's what we're calling it now, Farney. I kind of like that. Farney. She looks really cute in this shot, doesn't she? Again, I love the new haircut from Farney's. I love this new look. Savour the taste. What does this mean? It's just a jumble. Yum yum yum. Please do not tease her. You're sure we'll be okay in your homeland? Don't tell me it's the afterlife. No prob, no prob. Plenty of people have lived there, I think. Are you that dumb? Pixies are born exaggerators. I'm a different story though. See, again, I get quite confused about the terminology. Like 1 minute they're elves, next minute they're pixies. I'm calling them fairies. I see them all as very similar things, to be honest though. Then, hey, all everyone has to do is stop believing in weird stuff. Then even the trolls will be gone, just like that. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Freddy Krueger and how they try to explain him kind of going away for a long time and then coming back. I think that was especially apparent in Freddy vs. Jason, where you kind of had to make people remember Freddy and then he could get brought back. I don't mind, it reminds me a little bit of that, but I don't think it's going to be that simple here, if you know what I'm saying. Don't say such mean things. Alright. Headband. Weird. Ayashi, yeah, something. Don't know the last one. Things are not that simple. There is a thing called the subconscious that humans cannot themselves control. I was about to say, as much as you might think it's easy to forget something, really not. Especially if that something is scary, like I just brought up with Freddy Krueger. I imagine that would be super difficult if a guy's appearing in your nightmares, killing you, trying to like teasing you. It's gonna be fucking super hard to forget about that, subconsciously more than anything, but even on the front of your mind. Fine, never mind. Banner, cognito, ergo sum. I'm going to try and understand that. Cogito, should I say? Or cognito. Since long ago, we Magi have learned and inherited the practice of releasing our ethereal bodies from the confines of our physical world to delve into the astral world. Okay, so is that what that oracle done that we saw in that kind of trailer at the start of a while ago now? Actually, that did call again all the events of the last arc. She released herself into that plane of world. You could do that kind of thing? An out-of-body experience, very nice. Subgo's having a lot of fun here, isn't it? In the relatively shallow layer of the astral world, known as the interstice, various ethereal beings exist as living legends. Even the scenery is mostly derived from the ethereal forms of our world, so there's little disparity between it and our physical reality. So this is it, hey? Unicorns, fairies, goblins. Yeah, a person. These squid things, I always forget their name, apologies, but I've seen them a fair few times. And trolls. Thus, the dead who did not realise they died, or who left the physical world regretfully, often wander here. See, I think that was actually just a person. Eventually, nearly all become aware of their own death, or become unable to maintain the form of their ethereal bodies and pass away from this layer. Then, in the deep layer of the astral world, the scenery comes to look unimaginably different from that of the physical world. There exist astral entities with whom the ethereal bodies of mere humans cannot even compare. Angels, demons, gods of polytheism. Polytheism. Gonna have to Google that one. Polytheism. I'm actually quite impressed I spelled that right first time. Actually, it's not even that hard to spell, is it? Polytheism. The belief in or worship of more than one god. What? Gods of belief in more than one god? I'm guessing that maybe might be a slight... Maybe I'm just misunderstanding it, but yeah, I think I am. I think it's more in terms of not gods of people who think there are more gods, but the actual gods of polytheism, where there's lots of gods. Lots of gods, it seems. So this is where we'll find what we've seen before with like the staircases and Femto and Void and such, I imagine. In that deeper layer. Again, it's interesting that it's been so long since we kind of saw anything about that stuff. I'm bound to forget quite a lot of it, but it's quite interesting bringing that back now, and we're actually really kind of trying to understand it. Always wanted to, of course, but it is quite complex, isn't it? Deeper still, realms people reach according to their own karma. Maybe those places called heaven and hell exist. Though if you dive too deep, you become unable to return, so no one has ever gone that far while alive. Further still, in the abyss, perhaps. It's a really awesome drawing here, isn't it? Looks like a tornado, but it's not. It is a current. Oh, we got another one here. Oh, it looks like this is the final page. The guts right there. Dot, 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 dot. It also kind of looks a bit like the end of the Golden Age arc, where things kind of wrapped up quite literally with the eclipse. Looks like the end of the eclipse. The world doesn't extend in merely 2 dimensions. There exist profound depths within itself. The world could never be summarized by materialism or any single doctrine. Wow, that's a cool shot right there. Ah, for fuck's sake. Sorry, guys. Look from the outside into the mansion. Got an eyeball. Everyone kind of split up in their own kind of interesting. Accept the great mysteries and explore the entire universe from within your world. That is the way of magic. Yeah, you know what, with stuff like this that is too complicated for me to fully understand. It might be an unpopular thing. Like I said, I'm not one to actually fully delve in and fully kind of understand, and I want to understand, and I will if I can, but I'm not one to put massive amounts of work into, especially for a series I want to have fun with. This thing is fun for me. I don't have fun revising in general, but definitely wouldn't have fun revising about one of my favorite shows or anything. I mean, there is stuff I want to find out, especially about kind of my favorite shows and stuff I will kind of look up, but I never want to go too far with that to make it a chore, if you know what I'm saying. So with stuff like this, with complex kind of power systems and stuff, most of the time I will just let it be, let it breathe, if you know what I'm saying, and see if the more I see it, an actual experience through the actual kind of show, or in this case manga, the more I'll understand it in that case. So again, as much as I don't understand too much of this right now, again, it's pretty well explained, but as much as I again don't fully kind of comprehend is a better way of saying that. Actually, I don't fully comprehend some of this stuff right now. I feel like we're probably going to experience a bit more of it, and I'll understand more through that experience, just like what we'll see with probably Scheirke as she kind of continues her journey. Like I said, sometimes the best thing to do is just to go with it, if you know what I'm saying, even if you don't know too much. But yeah, interesting stuff here. Again, a lot of explanation and a lot of text in this chapter, wasn't there? A lot of explanation. You always need that. A couple of fun moments in here, but again, mostly just kind of moving on the story and learning a bit more. And explore the entire universe from within your world. I think again, this shot kind of almost shows that these guys have all their different comprehensions of what the world is and what it means to them, and explore their own world. See that 2 of them are shared here, and I imagine that's Scheirke and the old woman. I imagine that is. It's a little hard to tell, but I think that's like Guts there, Cedro, and then there's Scheirke and the old woman. Casca, Farney, Serpico. I'm missing someone. I'm missing someone. Who am I missing? Oh, that's what I'm missing. The man we found in the woods. I felt a bit bad, and I was like, I'm missing. I just forgot a character that we've been following this whole time. But no. Let's read a little bit of the comments before we move on to the next chapter. Yep, this guy's brain hurts. Like I said, I don't fully comprehend this at all. But like I said, I feel we're going to see a bit more of it. And I'll probably gain better comprehension as we go on. Yeah, finally, after all this time struggling, Guts finally gets a good night's sleep, hopefully. But even then, will he get a good night's sleep? We've seen before at Godo's lair, when he could have got a good night's sleep, he didn't have a sword, so he didn't even get a good night's sleep. He's got a sword now, but he's also got a lot on his mind now, more than back then. I mean, he still was in a bit of a mixed mind state then, but even more so now. So will he be able to have a good sleep? I don't know. Maybe still not. And maybe at this point you've actually just changed yourself so much that you can't sleep, if you know what I'm saying. Can't sleep for a long period of time. I feel like that probably is a thing that can change in the human body. A lot of people are struggling to understand in the comment section. Yeah, I feel like ultimately it's just telling us the crossing over of the worlds, really, isn't it? The fact that these creatures and beings are been coming over here much more frequently. There has been much more of an overlap. The more that happens, the more it will happen, if you know what I'm saying. The more people do see and believe in this stuff, as it was mentioned with people not being able to see the elves and stuff. The more people that do see that stuff and then tell others, and then others believe, like what I said with Freddy Krueger, it kind of spreads and then gets even more powerful, and they arrive even more and cause a ruckus and stuff. But yeah, that's wow, this chapter's got a lot of likes, comparatively to every other chapter. Let's get into the Magic Stone, final chapter for today. Oh god, a lovely bath, nudity. That's one hot bath, bloody hell. Look at the steam. Come on, hold still. Yeah, yeah. I didn't even notice that little puck just chilling. Like I said, it's very rare you come across a bath, I imagine, for these people in this time period. But fucking hell, could you have it any hotter? Nice candles round the outside. Quite the atmosphere in here, I imagine. You've got like loads of aromas from the plants and stuff, I bet, in here. What is that? Is that a bit of drink? A bit of sake, a bit of alcohol. It's so damaged from the long journey. Ow. What has Puck got on his head? Okay, cool. No nudity in this one. Oh, crap. I'm now thinking I'm going to pause for a second because I'm going to forget if I don't do it now. I think, was it the last chapters? Might have been the chapters before. There was a bit of, we saw that scene of Casca, a little flashback at the bite on her boob. So yeah, I'm going to have to go censor that right now. Should only take a couple seconds. Obviously, I'm not going to put it in the video. Okay, we're back. Apologies about that. Yeah, like I said, I would have forgot if I didn't do it now. I never even dreamed I would find comfort like this during our travels. Yeah, I bet. It's almost like a bit of a, I don't know. It's funny, isn't it? You think about this comfort right now. Maybe this comfort is something that can only be found in knowing the truth, as uncomfortable as that truth is. Like I said, I think it would be quite poetic if this was like kind of physical representation of the mental outcome of knowing. Yeah, what is Puck wearing on his head right here? Looks like a coffee cup. Sip, sip. I feel like that is alcohol though. What's more, in a witch's mansion. Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. Get these golems up here and bring up some security. Fucking Cedro. Have a good look at Casca. Now then. A child's privilege. Oh boy. Oh. What a nasty looking kid Asuna looks like here. Yeah, looks like we've got some security. What is this? Again, we've seen this a few times recently. What is this? What does this mean? Good work, Scheirke. Give him a little whack. Scrub, scrub. You wish to show me something? What might that be? Oh shit, I've just seen it. Holy crap. I got tied up by the branches. It's like I thought we were gonna have another burning right here. Again, I love these doors as well. It all looks so cool, doesn't it? Just the shape of this right here, just like a cut. It's just a cut out of a tree, but it looks so cool. Got a few spankings there. Let's hang him here till morning. Do you know what this is? Oh, that's her saying that. Okay, sometimes I miss these little tiny little triangles. I thought she was going to show him a beheader. I was like, what the fuck? Is that? What's wrong? Does this belong to you? Where the blazes did you? I got it from a certain man. I see. Yes, I know it. All who aspire towards mastering the way of magic do. A behelit. A key that links a deep layer of the astral world to the physical world. If it makes sense, she'd know it. Yeah, she certainly doesn't look very nice here. When faced with a behelit. A fetish for summoning the 5 angels. Well, there's only 4 of them again now, right? Am I right in saying that? Fetish. That's a witch for you. Straight to the point. Tell me. The way to use this and summon them. Oh shit. I mean, obviously I don't think he's wanting to turn into a demon. I think he's doing this, I mean, it seems pretty silly, honestly, doesn't it? When we know the power of these angels, gods, demons, whatever you want to call them. I feel like Guts, even as powerful as he is, would just get fucking, that's what we saw with Femto, I mean, I know all of them haven't got the same powers as Femto, but we literally just saw Femto just go and just squish the complete matter of something into nothing. So, doesn't bode well. Tell me the way to use this and summon them. By the ominous shot of Guts right here, though, isn't it? The brand. They carved that into you. Revenge, then. Indeed, indeed. But like I said, it seems pretty silly to me, honestly. Again, I understand where he's coming from, but like I said, especially if we took all of them on, but even one of them, it's just a scary thought. That's always been something throughout Berserk to me. The kind of end of Berserk, I can never kind of see. I mean, obviously it's still ongoing. I think I've never been able to see any kind of reasonable pathway to killing the God Hand or even a member of the God Hand. They're just that far above humans. The only thing I could see is Guts kind of. I can't see this happening, that's the thing. I can't see Guts turning into a demon or gaining that kind of power, so yeah. Although, I say that, you could kind of harness the power of that fox and that kind of possession. Maybe that's what happens. Maybe Guts again kind of embraces that. It'd have to be by himself as the thing, I think. But if he embraces that kind of that dark entity of malice and such that always swirled around him growing, he embraces that and wears it, maybe he will kind of get more powerful and get some demonic powers perhaps temporarily. Interesting to think about, isn't it? That's why I think that's always been at the back of my mind. That's why I've always had a bit of a thing for that kind of fox kind of entity. I've always been very intrigued by it. Always known that was going to pop back up. Revenge, then. Hey, come back here. Oh, more nudity. More censoring. That isn't ladylike behaviour. Oh. Excuse me. Protect that girl. You are all headed for Elfhelm, correct? Who's speaking right now? Oh, the little elf. Fucking Puck's having a hell of a time here. Oh, Serpico's having a good time as well, isn't he? Looks like he's playing a bit of chess with a golem. Okay. You're all headed for Elfhelm, correct? Elfhelm? You don't miss a thing. How ironic. What's ironic about this? Yeah, we were again. That was why we were guided by the tiny wings to Elfhelm, weren't we? To Puck's homeland. That's where we're originally heading right now. It must be that malice. Oh, here it is. What I was just talking about. That has kept you on your feet until this day. Your life cannot be without hatred. But that hellfire is striving to incinerate even those you consider irreplaceable. So yeah, as I kind of mentioned earlier, I think she does know about this. Does know about what happened with Guts and Casca. She seems to know everything. But, striving to incinerate even those you consider irreplaceable. And so it becomes shackles, which make your sword heavy and blunt. This is a fucking sick shot here as well. It's that kind of abyss of an eye right there. The blood-stained sword, but the sharpness of this fox spirit. Damn. Just like treading across thin ice. Oh, is that? Oh, there's more, thank God. I was going to say. And halfway through. Just like treading across thin ice. It is a difficult and dangerous expedition. Guts with this lighting got that jaw. Got that proper jaw. It's got a pretty sharp jaw anyway, but the lighting right now. Unfortunately, I can't meet your expectations. You mean you don't feel like telling me? Not that. You think this is something that can be used if only you find a means. But it's not. Yeah. I've always just kind of seen beheaders as a key for the people. They're kind of designed for one person, if you know what I'm saying. They can't just be used for everyone. You got to be someone that the beheader kind of, I don't know, has a desire. I mean, Guts has that desire, doesn't he? But it's not opening for him. Maybe a certain type of desire or something along those lines. A certain type of darkness within you that isn't the same as Guts has. Maybe it knows Guts is kind of correct at the kind of end point, if you know what I'm saying. The end goal of destroying these demons and killing the angels and such. Maybe it knows that that's his end point, and that's actually almost just as much as it's filled, as much as the journey's kind of filled with revenge and darkness and stuff. I don't know. I'm spouting a bit of nonsense right now. Like I said, with this type of stuff, it's best to just, they're going to explain it right now, but it's best to just, again, just let it kind of roll out, see, rather than kind of read up on. A behelit is a highly spiritual object that governs even human fate. Perhaps an even greater existence sent it to the physical world. The object itself is as nothing more than a stone, but the fate associated with it rests in the hands of its master who sent it. Is that void? Kind of looks like void. I don't know if you guys are seeing this as well. Might just be nothing, honestly, but I'm seeing a face right there. Then the time is right. It will be in the hands of the person to whom it belongs. That's the way it is. If this behelit indeed belongs to you, even if you were to discard it, when the time comes, it shall find you. Just like what we saw with Griffith. Just randomly shoot back up. If it is not yours, then it's, sorry guys. Like dust in my eyes or something. If it is not yours, then in spite of your will, it shall at some point leave your hand. And it is certain to be at the very moment that the owner craves their power. Yep, everything she's saying checks out completely as to what we've seen so far. In any case, it is beyond human will. God only knows, huh? I can't stand that. Yeah. Again, I think definitely throughout this whole series in general, to be honest, there's been a few hitbacks at religion, hasn't there? this one here, another one, and I agree with it to a certain extent. If your God knows every answer to every question, why not share that? Why does he have to be all knowing and all powerful? And what's the proof of that? Again, there's plenty of questions you could ask people. Most of the time, you get nonsense responses. In my opinion, like I said, not every time or every person you speak to. But yeah, I agree with Guts here. Even if to you this is a beacon for revenge, I fervently wish that it leave your hand. Give it a Skull Knight. That guy could use it. But I don't plan to do anything with it just yet. Oh yeah, you knew I'd be passing through, but who... Stop! Don't go carrying my Betchy around without asking. What if it belongs to Puck? What if Puck is the true man that wishes for, or the true elf that wishes for power? It'd be pretty cool to see a little demon version of Puck. It would also mean half of the fun of the series is gone. Betchy. I reckon he like kisses this thing. Snuggles up and wiggles his nose with it. A look of disappointment. Again, I'll be a little bit scared to touch that, honestly, the way this guy's bloody carrying it. I hope you pick up on this. You know I'd be passing through, but who told you? Who from the astral world told her? It's yours? Right. I mean, I'm the one taking care of him. But she likes that. I bet you don't know Betchy's favourite food is cheese. One more thing. So we're just going to forget about that? Again, I kind of wanted to know, but it's not important. The God Hand. What the hell are they? That is one of the great mysteries for those of us who explore the astral world. What I do know is that they were once human. I think everyone in this series was once human, right? Every god, every person, every demon. They were all once human, I think. And that as reincarnations, they are the executors of the will of something lurking in the distant abyss of the astral world. Perhaps in that domain it is unattainable for one to arrive as a person clad in the ethereal body called ego. Okay. For one to arrive as a person clad in the ethereal body called ego. I think this image sums up my mind right now. Reading that last sentence. Mess and explosions. Man, oh man. What a cloud of words. I know, right? I can't imagine Guts is all that smart. So I'm wondering how he's thinking about this as well. I mean, Guts is definitely not stupid. But, yeah, like I said, I'm just going to have to roll with it. I'm sorry I can't be of use. It's alright. I'm just counting on the talismans. I'll go take a bath too. Wow. Do the best you can tomorrow. That's nice. Don't hear that stuff like this often from Guts, do we? Do the best. It's almost like a father. Do the best you can tomorrow. That is the band. That is the brand of sacrifice. It was taught to me by my mistress that those branded with that become an offering to those of the darkness until their dying breath. She was a little bit worried. Do you intend to defy things such as angels and demons that can even govern fate? You got it. One day, I'll have to hit him where it hurts. Okay, just such a badass mindset, isn't it? Intend to defy things such as angels and demons that can even govern fate. Fuck yes. I want to slaughter those bastards. Those rat bastards that raped my woman, took her memories, killed all my friends, turned my best friend into... Well, they didn't do that. Griffith done that to himself, but... Yeah. Fuck that. I'm struggling. I'm going to struggle and worm my way into one of your wounds and then carve you open. Again, the mental image I'm getting right now is that of a worm kind of digging into the wound of a giant and then wriggling around inside until its whole system is destroyed. Weird, I know. But that's what I'm seeing. I'm going to bathe Betchy too. It's gonna cook like an egg. What's the matter, Scheirke? He is foolish. Or maybe unenlightened. I think he's pretty well enlightened in this situation, honestly. Thoughts and feelings are indispensable, even for magic. But his opponent is a transcend. It's kind of like, as I've mentioned, maybe it would seem that way. Like I said, I've never seen like the kind of end goal. I've never seen how we beat these guys, but to say he's unenlightened is just incorrect. But obviously, she don't just met these people. But his opponent is a transcendental entity beyond physical reasoning. He knows that. That's the thing. That's again why I appreciate this so much about him saying, "Fuck that." Not taking this. Not taking this from no gods. And that's like she says, just the power of thoughts and feelings people have towards each other and themselves. When I went to Midland by your command to confirm the fulfillment of the revelation, I saw him. An enamorous flow of the the enormous flow of odd. What did I say? Enamorous. An enormous flow of odd that engulfs and charms people. A fortune so strong that no blade of physical world can touch him. A hawk. He appears to be human, but spiritually he cannot be called that. An existence that no one in the physical world can rival alone. Surely he is the absolute. The absolute what? The absolute rat bastard. An absolute pig. The absolute leader of the band of the... What were they called? What do they call them? The band of pork. That's the one. The band of the pig's arse. If he is incarnated, if he is the incarnated form of the fifth angel recorded in the Revelation, if he is the hawk of darkness, he is dreadful. It was that hawk himself who was responsible for branding him. Indeed. Then all the more reason. Scheirke, we Magi happen to possess more than most people's knowledge of the many powers imminent to the world. But does not that knowledge, again it's so weird saying that, but does not that knowledge itself render us blind? You're too smart. You know too much. That is the case with a lot of stuff, honestly. Sometimes you can know too much. What does that mean? I do not really understand your words. Be not enamoured solely with the wondrous marvels, but look closely at the truth that is before your eyes. You see, he is still alive. Sure is. He sure is. He contested with fate, survived it, and encountered you. The favourite disciple of Flora, witch of the forest of the spirit tree. Scheirke. See, she makes this sound like it's a massive moment, and I feel like maybe she got informed of this moment from the astral world, perhaps. I've always thought if and it's kind of more when Scheirke joins Guts. It is a massive moment, isn't it? A witch, an actual witch that can use the powers of supernatural and stuff. Working with Guts. And like I said, she really makes it seem like this is a massive opportunity. I mean, through all that, and ended up finding Scheirke. So how much importance does this girl hold? I'm kind of thinking quite a lot going forward. Quite a lot. Not just in terms of, like I mentioned before, with the protection and the sleeping at nights and stuff, but in the fight against the angels. I feel like she probably will be very important. And I think what else makes me think of that, these trees, I mean, I could be reading this wrong, but they're all kind of leading to her. Everything's leading to her. Maybe all these paths that Guts took, all the battles he went through, all the sleepless nights, they all led to him meeting Scheirke here. Yeah. She's always got this really nice shine in her eyes, doesn't she? Which I feel like not too many characters we see in Berserk have, understandably. You wish for me to aid him? It is you who will decide that. God bestows upon us fate, but it is the children of men who choose it. This is my belief. Go and witness with your own eyes the significant nature this encounter will bear for you. Yeah, this is some very promising stuff right here, isn't it? And I think this is the final panel, isn't it? Yeah. Well, again, a lot of text today, a lot of dialogue, but again, it was quite necessary. As again, I'm a little bit bewildered by some of the stuff, especially with the astral world, and this, maybe not too much with the astral world, but definitely with the other one, whatever that was called. What was it called again? I can't remember. Yeah, the other kind of world they're talking about, I'm just completely lost on. But yeah, a lot of explanation for, again, past events and past things we have covered slightly before, not nearly in this much detail. I'm gonna, yeah, the astral world, and then the soul. Yeah, no wonder. The soul of the origin of all existence, the world of idea, which we have heard of before, but again, I don't think we've had this much explanation on both of them, have we? But yeah, some very interesting stuff. So a lot of really great imagery here, especially in my opinion. I mean, there wasn't too many kind of action and battle shots, but just like shots like this that kind of mean a lot, very subtle. I think they've done a brilliant job with that today. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, I think they really kind of are building this up, aren't they? Building up Scheirke, making her a massive importance to the story. I think she's definitely, yeah, I think I can comfortably say out of all the side characters introduced after the Golden Age, she definitely seems like the most significant. Maybe she's not people's favourites, or she's not the most liked, or she's not the most important right now, or she hasn't had the most exposure or development right now, but the way again they're building her up here, she seems like she's a major player, if you know what I'm saying. She seems like she's going to be a major part of the story going forward, and I like that a lot. I do like her. I do like her quite a bit. Yeah, quite a few fun moments today as well, of course, but it's nice just having some downtime, isn't it? Just away from the demons and the action and the battle. And as much as we're talking about that stuff, we're not actually kind of, well, we are kind of going through it with Guts' mind and stuff, which we're still seeing his thoughts throughout. But yeah, just some really great stuff here. We'll just read some comments to finish off, and yeah. Nice little segment with a sea dragon and the baths. Yeah, what if the beheaded actually does belong to Puck? I don't think it does, but funny to think about, isn't it? I kind of want to see us. I want to, as weird as this might sound, I want to see a panel of Guts sleeping, having a nice night's sleep. I don't think we've ever seen that. Not too much in the comments here, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. Do let me know what you guys thought about these chapters down in the comment section. Again, any additional explanation is appreciated. Like I said, probably won't, even if you guys tell me in the best possible way, I probably still won't fully understand it. Like I said, I feel like experiencing it throughout the story would probably be a bit more of a kind of, would make me learn about it better, and actually kind of going into those dimensions or whatever. I'm not sure that's very likely to happen. Well, I think at some point it will be. We're definitely going to see that stuff again, as we've just kind of brought it back up again now, but it might be a while till we do kind of see that and get to that point, but I imagine we will see that again at some point in the future. But yeah, quite a bit of it went over my head, so if you guys do want to help provide any further explanation, that would be appreciated. Don't go too far though. Like I said, the comprehension for me is yeah, not high levels. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Again, let me know what you guys thought of these chapters in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date with these reactions. I'm back next time with the next couple chapters, which we'll have a little look at now. I think they're the second to last chapters, right? Yeah. Which are going to be elementals, which might bode towards some fight scenes perhaps, or maybe just an explanation of these golems. But we did see that these golems are kind of like the earth element, so I imagine there might be like fire, water, wind and stuff like that, so there might be some battles, and it looks like we might arrive at the village next time out. So yeah, catch you guys then. Enjoy the rest of your day.